This segment is brought to you by Express Employment, your locally owned and operated staffing company, respecting people, impacting business.
You're watching Durango TV News. I'm Ashley Dixon. He literally is the Lone Ranger, the only officer who oversees operations at Mancos State Park, Lone Mesa State Park, and the Colorado Parks and Wildlife Visitor Center in Dolores. He wears a lot of white hats in his role as park ranger, and because of his ability to recruit and inspire legions of volunteers, to manage his resources on more than 13,000 acres of state park land, and to serve as police officer, wildland firefighter, and search and rescue manager, Scott Elder of Dolores, Colorado has been named the Colorado Parks and Wildlife Ranger of the Year. Elder was honored earlier this summer at a Parks and Wildlife Commission meeting in Durango. Elder began his career as a volunteer on the Front Range while attending Colorado State University in Fort Collins. He completed his degree in biology and later was hired by the Colorado Park Service to work at Boyd State Park in Loveland. 15 years ago, he and his wife Brooke moved to Dolores, where they started a family, and Elder took over management of Mancos and Lone Mesa State Parks. In 2001, Elder started the Dolores Visitor Center with an army of volunteers. The center provides everything from off-highway vehicles and boat registration to hunting and fishing licenses. At Mancos, his volunteers manage 35,000 visitors annually, and at Lone Mesa, he's overseen a long-term survey of archaeological and biological resources that will be used to prepare a long-range management plan that calls for the opening of a new campground in the area. Elder says that the state parks serve an important recreational role in Colorado by offering a supportive educational environment to introduce newcomers to the outdoors.
We have about 10 to a dozen volunteers that are serving in pretty full-time capacities. We have one pretty unique program, the Range Rider Volunteer Program up at Lone Mesa, that involves equestrians, some backcountry horseman chapter members, and others to participate in management of our grazing permit up there. We have a grazing permit with the Ute Mountain Ute Tribes Farm and Ranch Enterprise, which is a pretty unique contract in Parks and Wildlife, and those volunteers get up there to help us aggressively rotate those cows and do some cool stewardship with that livestock management. So a broad range of experience with volunteers, and always wishing we could do more to support them and encourage their work out here.
You can meet Ranger Elder at the CPW Visitor Center in Dolores.